there's people on the internet who don't like us. Do you consider them enemies?
Yes.
You do?
No, I'm just kidding.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to school. But don't worry, everything is cool. I'm your host, Julyssa, and of course, I am here with the boys, Steve and Brandon. Say what's up, you guys.
What's up?
And how y'all doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Everything is healing, I guess.
Cool.
Everything is cool, perhaps.
That's so-
We haven't done that in forever.
I know, that's the last year.
Oh. But I liked it when we did it. I thought it really showed everything is cool. Everything is deep? Question mark? How are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good.
all right.
Chilling like a villain.
Like
Not a villain, not evil.
No, are you sure? It seems nowadays in 2025 the lines are blurred between.
You know, I was at the grocery store. What's today? Thursday? On Tuesday. And I was just getting like some random things. And you know how I got in line because I had enough where I was like, I don't want to bag this myself. I need a guy to bag this for me. And there's this lady in front of me. She was like an older lady, like maybe like mid 60s, larger woman, like tall, bucket hat and a mask on. And I was kind of just waiting. It was kind of taking a while. She didn't have a lot of stuff. And I kind of just started paying attention to what she was saying. And she started like getting mad at the clerk. And she was saying like, I just can't find the expiration date on this. And I think it's, why don't you guys put it like in a more visible spot? And I was like, oh, I wonder what it is. And it was water. And she was saying that there was no expiration date on her water. And the clerk was like really mad. He was like, water doesn't expire. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. And she was like, no, I mean, like, it's irresponsible of you guys to not put an expiration date on your water. And then the guy was like, I mean, when are you going to drink this? Like next year? And then she was like, no, I'll probably finish it by the end of the week. Because it was like a 6-pack.
Oh, it was like a small little 6-pack?
Small little 6-pack
I was
of water.
thinking it was like a 24-pack or something.
It was Fiji water. It was like the little 6-pack. And she was being like, you know what? I don't want it. You guys could just put it back. And then I was like, water doesn't expire. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Open the schools back up?
Yeah.
Did you know that water doesn't expire?
I know that they used to have expiration dates.
But it's for the
people said it
bottle.
was for the bottle, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she means? No?
But
Giving her too
also,
much benefit of the doubt?
But also, it's not the market's fault, right? Because wouldn't it be the company that makes that water? Isn't that their responsibility?
I just thought it was funny because
No, that's true. Actually, that's a good point.
The clerk was also like about her age, skinny man, a foreigner, because he had like a thick accent, and he was like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Buy it or don't. Like, water doesn't expire. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
That's kind of funny.
You know what else is funny?
What?
When we were trying to figure out the name for this podcast, and we were like, oh, when somebody who doesn't speak Spanish, and you guys were always saying, how were you guys saying it? TODO.
Oh, TODO CHIDO?
TODO
CHIDO.
TODO CHIDO?
I finally heard somebody say that.
Really? Like
yeah,
dead ass?
Yeah.
Whoa.
One of my homies, Mike.
Oh, him. Shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike. He
came on the Tosh.0 podcast.
Yeah, he
was
was
on
talking.
Touchpoint, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like a month ago or something.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
He,
He's a big fan of us too. He watches us. Yeah.
Why haven't we had him on?
Shout out to Mike.
We
I
should
know he's
have Mike
listening.
on. Yeah, we should.
I know he's listening.
Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
But he was the first one to say to do. He's like to do, and I was like, what did you just say?
TODO CHIDO.
And then I told him about how like when you guys would always say it.
TODO CHIDO.
And it was so funny. It was funny to me because of the fact that you guys were always saying that for a good while in the beginning when we had first named the show. And I was like, no one's ever going to say that. Like,
I wanted it to like catch on.
I still wanted to catch on. I still can.
The TODO CHIDO podcast?
TODO CHIDO?
TODO CHIDO.
It was just funny because it was like, wow, somebody else finally said it. But it wasn't you guys.
It was a full
It was just
circle
funny
moment.
to me. Yeah, it was just funny to me.
No, I get you.
To see that there are people who probably genuinely
There's people out there.
There's people out there
who say
listening.
it like that, which is cool.
But guess what, guys? Today this week we have a lot of upgrades for the show. For one, we finally have a fully functioning sound system in the studio. If you guys actually don't catch what I'm saying, but these guys get what I mean.
A fully functioning sound system?
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you mean.
like soundproof system.
Oh.
Wait, should I just? I'm just gonna go ahead and be.
No.
No?
She just wants you to say it.
Well, we just upgraded something that off camera. This is really cool. Makes our studio feel a lot
we
better.
now have soundproof walls in the studio.
Yeah, it's really cool. Actually, it's really cool. Really
You know,
proud of.
That's something I miss about our Primo See those days was the foam. The foam.
We could put it up on this new wall.
Would it help though? I feel like it's such a big area.
It might help, but for the way these doors are designed,
Yeah.
no, it wouldn't. Just
Yeah.
cause,
Oh yeah, because
right.
the way that they open.
yeah, it wouldn't work. But
Never mind.
on the second upgrade, you guys can actually see our screen now. Hopefully, we're testing it out. But we have whiteboard time today. We're all gonna use the whiteboard for a little bit.
I was thinking of putting it in a small little corner.
Yeah, that works. Or putting it big and then us in the small little corner. Whichever one works, I guess. You're the editor, so.
I'd do it small.
Yeah, whichever way. I mean, I've seen in bigger podcasts like it's either it alternates, whichever one works, I guess. But to get right into whiteboard time, or what should we call it? I feel like calling it whiteboard time seems kind of.
Where's that coming from?
I don't, because it's the whiteboard.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Recess? I don't know.
Recess.
Somebody will comment a better name.
What is it
Yeah.
called? True. What is it called when teachers used to bring out like
Like the TV.
The projector.
TV time? Projector time?
TV time? I don't know.
Do you remember people used to roll in like a TV and like cassette
I
and
said this
VHS?
last episode. I feel like they called it something. I just can't remember
That's what
what
I'm
it was
saying.
called.
That's what I'm saying. It's like TV time or something.
We'll figure it out. Or somebody comment.
That feels so ancient. Do you guys remember when they'd have the projector that they would do math on and you
Yeah.
could see like the...
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Now they got the smart
I remember
boards.
always thinking, why not just do it on the board? Like, because
Like,
they
what
would
do you mean?
project it onto the board.
I think because she wanted
yeah.
to sit down.
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
guess so.
They were
It was-
lazy, bro.
I think it was just a cool new like.
Let me drag in this 50-pound projector.
I think it was just a cool new tool that they wanted to
That's
use.
true.
I guess I can relate now.
And they're like
Yeah.
This does make me feel like a teacher now. But to the whiteboard. So, guys, our first topic for this week is this little new app called T App. So I brought it up thinking that these guys would have heard about it by now, but they have both not
Yeah,
heard about it.
I had no idea what.
But
this
that's
was.
cool because that means we can all explore. In case you guys haven't heard about it either, I've only explored a little bit. I've only seen basically men complaining about it, but I have seen some genuine concern from both parties about. Apparently, some people are calling it dystopian. I didn't read into why, but this was not a take from an angry dude, which is good. But it was a take from a woman who was saying that. Okay, first I should probably explain what the T app is. So the movement, it says navigating the modern dating scene can be daunting and scary. Hello Dateline, but with T, you're never alone. Join a community of over 1.6 million women dedicated to empowering each other and get access to a suite of dating safety tools made just for the FBI girlies. Share experiences and seek advice within a secure and anonymous platform. T is built on trust. Screenshots are blocked and all members are verified as women. T is more than an app, it's a sisterhood. Together, we're redefining modern dating. Plus, we give back. 10% of profits are donated to National Domestic Violence Hotline. Join T today and get ready to conquer the dating scene one cup at a time, and your new besties are waiting. So what it basically is it's a safe space to spell T, as you guys can see. No screenshots. So actually, yeah, this is a real thing. You're not allowed to take screenshots, so it blocks your phone. Kind of like, you know, when you use Netflix on your phone and it turns black. It does that, so you can't screenshot on the app. So it's supposed to basically stay on the website.
I was like, what do they mean by no screenshots?
Yeah.
Like, I can't upload screenshots.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it meant.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I was scrolling on TikTok, most of the videos of the app were taken with another phone. Because you're not.
Okay.
It doesn't let you screenshot or screen record. So it's very simple. Women go on this app and they post a picture of a man in their city, and then anybody who has an account and has been verified as an actual woman would be able to comment on it and can say things both positive and negative, because people online seem to focus on that it's negative, that people only say negative things, but they can say positive things. Like this is an example. Jake, really great guy, total sweetheart, dated my bestie, approved. Or they can dodge red flags. Search nationwide posts, create custom alerts. I'm torn. Did I do the right thing? You did. I promise it gets easier. Thanks for the support. So in case like somebody is a weirdo or for any reason,
Yeah.
there could be so many reasons, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
As they said, there is it's mainly made for domestic violence to prevent, people who are known abusers.
Yeah.
We get back to national domestic violence. Women Tea app. I wish the tea had come out 10 years ago. I feel like it would have saved each and every one of us a ton of heartbreak. And that's basically it for, on surface level, what it basically is. And so there's a couple of things that are outrage. One, well, not outrage, more just I guess think pieces that are coming out. It's really gone viral right now on X recently. One think piece of criticism that this app gets, that I heard from a woman, is that they feel it's this dystopian in the sense that I guess it sort of showcases people as products, like giving reviews and stuff for people. And a lot of people give criticism because a lot of the comments have obviously the intent of what something is created for isn't always what it's used for. Like you see that with AI or anything else.
Yeah.
So some people have just turned it into like a roasting app or something. Obviously, I'm a dude, so I can't get on it. I only am kind of having my initial reaction from what I've seen. The way they verify your woman is apparently they take like a picture of you and you like are supposed to prove it, and it takes like 1 to 2 days to get verified to be on it, which I actually think is a novel concept. Low key, I think as a concept, 10 out of 10 like idea. No, like an app like this, I actually think it's a really cool idea. But I understand, I guess, some of the criticism. Look, it says you can even look up criminal record search, which is pretty cool.
Background checks, catfish image search, sex offender search, phone number lookup,
Background
criminal
checks.
Also, like you can genuinely look them up.
Yeah,
Like
it'll show everything, so you can just upload whoever it is. And then I guess criticism from the dudes. Some people say that like people, women friends that they've had have showed their profiles, and some dudes have said like, oh, there's a lot of lies about me. Like I've never done any of these things. Like there's one creator said that he's on there because he's like a big social media creator. And there's like this one thing that is said about him that's like basically says that he's like I forgot what it is, like basically like an abuser, but he said that he's never been on the app and he's never even dated anybody. So there's no like verification of course of the claims and stuff. That's just criticism that people have given.
Yeah.
Obviously, the positive in it is everything that they're going for. I just bring it up because it's like blowing up everywhere. Apparently, there's some crazy stuff on there. I don't know what exactly, but I just keep seeing on TikTok and stuff of like, it's like, yo, like the T app is literally probably about to blow shit wide open for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously, I assume some people are getting actually exposed in it. As far as like the lies and stuff, I don't know. I can't verify for sure, but that's just one criticism that people have of it. I just wondering, I guess, what you guys think about the T app.
I mean, just from like I guess their own specific site and like what it's about, I feel like the concept seems really good and like with good intention, because I think it's just to protect women.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a while with dating apps, it was always just like the dangers of like who you're gonna meet, are you being catfished and all those things. For sure, the only thing that I was like, I wonder if some people are getting like false allegations, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also like, can you just report them? I think that's like my question. If say your friends, right, or your girlfriends, and they see your page on there, can they just report it and say like none of this is true? Like, I would say that would be, I guess, a solution to that. But I personally, I kind of think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like, I think it's nice to kind of see that it's a woman, it's a woman only app, kind of protecting each other. Especially just like, I think in society, always growing up and hearing how like, men were very like dangerous. Because it keeps reminding me of this one video that I saw where this girl was talking about how like there's this big thing about being anti-man and how that rhetoric is being counterproductive. But she goes on to talk about how like a lot of women grow up always hearing that like you should always be careful around men. Like that's always been a thing as like growing up. She gives like an example of like when if you were at the grocery store, if you're a little kid, and you lose like your mom, right? Your mom will usually tell you go look for another mom with kids. She'll never tell you go look for a man. And I think it's just the rhetoric of like men have always been sort of seen as dangerous, at least towards women.
No, for sure.
And so then I think that's why to me this app kind of reminds me of like that, of just being protectful and like kind of showing this awareness. I mean, I've seen these things on the internet. Like I basically follow a whole page that kind of talks about how it kind of exposes a lot of men who have sexually assaulted other women.
For sure.
So like there's pages that kind of do this already. But I guess I get the whole point of like the false stuff where it's just like, what if it's not true?
Yeah.
Which that's what I'm saying. Like I think maybe reporting them and saying that it's not true. I think that for sure was the other thought of like, how do you verify that these things are true or not? But just the app itself, I think the concept seems nice.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I mean, right now it says it's the #1 downloaded app in lifestyle. Just off an initial, I guess, people's reaction, just reading these. Talk comment, that one just seems mean. I'm not going to read that one. CIA did their big one with this T app. I keep hearing people say that, but I guess, like, I don't really understand what they mean by that. Like, let me blow it up bigger for you guys. Had my picture posted on T app without consent. Filed a copyright public app store dispute form. Apple looped in T devs. Warned them post that was gone in hours. If this happens to you, go through Apple. Can we just nuke the app? That T app is the most dystopian, hyper surveillance, weird shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, there's a lot. Some people being mad. What do you say?
Like, I guess I don't know that much about it, right? Like I don't like I'm hearing about it right now for the first time.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing doesn't seem all that crazy. I mean, background checks, criminal records are public. Can anybody look up your criminal record? Background checks, your job does that. I mean, you have to do a live scan.
Yeah.
Sexual assault, again, public records. I don't understand that aspect of why people are like, that's so dystopian, because that already exists. No.
True.
Yeah.
So that I don't get. Also, like you said, the CIA thing, I think that's really dumb. Like, I don't understand what they mean by that.
Yeah,
like,
I want to open up the replies to maybe be like, kind of dive into like what do they mean by that, but I'm scared of explanation. I guess you could always edit it out in case there's something crazy.
Yeah.
It's just. I guess he would think, but I mean, what do they mean by that?
I mean, I think.
Is it because like they think that this is gonna expose actual criminals? But isn't that, I guess, like a positive thing to say about the app?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. Like I guess like with the false like allegation stuff, I'm like people always say that though.
Yeah.
True.
People always say like I don't know. People are always saying that. Like
I also feel like if it's in the same thing of, I don't know, this is me personally, where it comes the whole men ain't shit, right? If those things are not true, then like it won't really affect you. Like, especially, I don't know. I'm more, unless, I don't know. I generally feel like it's not that huge.
I think
I don't know. I don't know if that's just because I'm just like, I feel like it won't really affect you that much, but I also don't know what the false, I guess, allegations,
true.
to what extent it goes to. But I just feel like if those aren't true, then it's not true. Like, you know that those aren't true. So why, like, would you, I mean, I get it. Like, you would be mad, right? If somebody was talking shit about you or saying these things and they weren't true. But I'm like, but if you really stand on like that they're not true, why are you super mad, about it?
For sure. I was going to say that I guess we're coming into it a little early, like the app. I mean, it's #1 already, but it hasn't fully, I guess, peaked, in my opinion, because I think only now, like, as you can see, these are basically 1 day old. All these tweets are just a day old. This one's kind of funny. My homeboy's ex went on there and said that he gave her HIV, pink eye, and a yeast infection. He's on his Instagram story posting every single STD test he's ever gotten in his life. Shit, he even went on live on IG this morning while getting a full panel done to prove she's lying on him. I think that it's kind of like with anything though, like in anything, there's always going to be kind of human error. Like something will be designed for something and there will always be some people who will obviously use it for bad. But since I can't have like the app in front of me, I can't for sure weigh or gauge if there actually is mainly like, I guess, quote unquote bullying. You know, because we could be saying all this, and then you download the app and open it, and it's mainly positive things just being said about men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's a sweetheart. Because as you saw in their thing, they said like a whole bunch of things, and it's mainly just dudes who are obviously being misogynistic and kind of like being pissed off at the idea of something created by women for women.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I feel like the reason as to why, I guess, I mean, again, I'm a woman. I don't really mind it. And it just seems, at least just from what we read, right? It says that it's meant, you know, kind of to protect women from dodging all these, like, red flags, I guess. Because it does remind me of the whole thing when they're making women-only gyms, and then there's men who, like, get mad about it. And I guess to me, I'm just like, but we live in this very, like, patriarchal society where it's already, like, very men led, and I feel like this is something that's being created for women, and I think it should be okay to want to for women to want to be protected and like know who they're dating. At least that's just how I see it, because I'm just like, I get that the issues and like, again, like there could be bullying, there could be false, all that stuff, but I also feel like I think going into the direction of women protecting women, I think is also just good, because
for sure.
I mean, if men aren't going to do it, then I guess women will do it themselves, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I think they created this app, right? So that they can protect each other to avoid all these men who are bad people. And again, they say that there are times when women say positive things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that we're mostly stuck on the negative, because, I mean, everybody's mostly always going to be critical about something. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, there's a part of it where also it just seems like it should be a little okay.
Yeah,
right?
no, for sure. It kind of reminds me also, I think a lot of the backlash comes from, you know, when women ask for women-only gyms?
Yeah.
And dudes are like, that's basically segregation or whatever. I think they probably think about it like that. I think because, and I know this is going to sound so deep, and I don't know, I worry that it sounds a little pretentious, but embedded in society, like we live in the patriarchal society, so inherently men have power over women just through like societal norms and other stuff like that. So I think the idea of that power being stripped away from men is very hurtful, and I think it hits something subconsciously about like not having the power to, I guess, quote unquote, defend yourself. And immediately also,
it just feels like this is hurting a lot of men's egos.
Yeah.
And I think that's why there's the uproar against it. I mean, again, like, I'm not fully, I don't know that much about it, so I can't say that I'm fully like for this, but I just think that in somewhat I understand why they made this app.
Yeah, I was gonna read a little bit more. So apparently the guy who's the founder is actually a dude, not a woman. I read that he was a gay man, but I mean, obviously his partner and business partner, Daniela, seems to probably have a big foot. So it says, Jude, do you want to read it for me, or can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you read on the board?
The T on T. T was born from a deeply personal mission to give women the tool they need to date safely in a world that often overlooks their protection. Founder Sean Cook launched T after witnessing his mother's terrifying experience with online dating. Not only being catfished by unknowingly engaging with men who had criminal records. Realizing that traditional dating apps do little to protect women, Sean knew something had to change. That's why he built T, the first ever dating safety platform for women.
Sounds pretty cool, right?
That doesn't sound bad. I don't know.
It's a go ahead, Brandon. Can you read the board for me?
With a proven background leading product development teams at top Bay Area tech companies like Salesforce and Shutterfly, Sean leveraged his expertise building innovative technology to create a game-changing platform that prioritizes women's safety. Determined to make an impact, he self-funded T, knowing it had the potential to disrupt the industry, riddled with unsafe practices. But he wasn't done yet. To take T to the next level, he needed the right leader to partner with.
And then I assume that's just the origin story.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. From what I hear, sometimes dating like on websites,
Yeah.
can be kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you get creeps, you get people with shady backgrounds. Sometimes people are married, you know, and shit like that.
For sure.
And it seems more like it's to try and help prevent that.
Yeah.
I don't really. I guess it's hard because I'm like everything I'm hearing about it is secondhand, so I don't really know what it's on there. And obviously, what I'm hearing is negative because it's mostly dudes being like, "Fuck this thing." But again, a lot of the criticisms, I'm like, well, it seems like that's out there already.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're bullying me. Like, fucking, they don't make like 15 TikToks. Fucking,
being like
the
fuck
most
Kelsey Plum,
the
and
most
shit.
misogynistic thing ever. You know, so I don't.
Fuck like the WNBA or whatever.
I think what's even crazier too is it's like, it's kind of doing you a favor. Like, even if you are getting bullied on there, you can't see it. It can't be screenshotted. You know, it's not like it's on Twitter or TikTok that shows everybody in the planet. You know, everything about you. So I don't.
No, I get what you mean.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I like the part where they donate 10% of their funds to domestic violence. I think that's cool. You know.
Also, the mission statement is cool. Like it is just to protect women.
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm reading from them, I think it's cool.
It reminds me of. For some reason, I keep thinking of Rate My Professor.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
It keeps reminding me. It keeps reminding me of that. Because that's why I was saying, I was like, can you just like look up, like if I download this, can I just look up a guy? I know we don't know that, but because I mean we don't have the app and like it doesn't say it on fully on there. But I keep thinking like, is it something where I can just look up a guy and then it'll show me like stuff about him? And then that's why I kept thinking about Rate My Professor. So I don't know. I think it's
some professors, the professors that get mad are because they're usually shitty professors anyway, right?
Yeah.
I guess to me, if I had to be fully vulnerable, I don't worry because I don't think I've ever had or been an extremely dangerous person or a terrible person. But the only thing I guess is like if somebody out of like just either jealousy, envy, or boredom is like just for fun, because I guess we're online just says something like negative, but I think that's more of just like of like I said, like the power dynamic of like knowing that I can't be on there because I'm not.
But if say you were on the app, would you be mad?
Like if I was on there, but is it all positive stuff?
No, it's all like negative stuff.
It's all negative. I'd be more sad than anything, just because I know that's not, I guess, me. Like I really don't think I've ever done anybody dirty. Like so they were if I saw negative things,
like they were lying. Like they're like, oh, he's a cheater. Like he's always talking to like multiple women, and like, he's not even nice.
He's low key ugly. I'd be like, damn. I'd probably just cry.
How would you?
You'd cry?
I'd probably just cry. I'd just be like, that just is really mean, and like. I'm like, damn, who's saying all that shit about me?
Yeah. But it's people who, it was somebody who just doesn't like you, and like she made all these like.
But can't they do that already though? Like, I guess that's why I'm just kind of like, can't they already do that? Like, can't they just do that on like Twitter or in the comments or on TikTok or like do a collab?
And they do already actually.
And do like a collab video on TikTok, being like, actually fuck this guy. You know?
Yeah, they do already bully me, I guess, in the comments.
No, and I'm not saying like bullying is okay.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that the criticisms so far, based on what I know of the T app, I'm kind of like, well, that already happens. Everywhere else, no?
Yeah.
I think it needs to be like a precedent. Like something needs to obviously happen before I actually feel like it's like, okay, maybe that's.
Because it does remind me of when you see girls on TikTok post about a guy and it's all screenshots about how like.
Or like a video of him being
like a
fucking
video
insane.
of him. Like when the whole thing was happening, what was it called?
The Man of the Year.
Man of the Year.
Yeah.
Or like, just I've always seen just posts when.
Yeah,
there's the screenshots of them of the girl telling the girl like, oh hey, like your boyfriend's cheating on you, or something like that, or like whatever it is that she's confronting the guy about. Like I think isn't that in the same vein? But
Mhm.
like you're actually getting exposed by like multiple women that you've done wrong.
No, for sure.
I
For
guess
sure.
I guess the way I see it is it's like, again, from what I'm seeing, it seems like stuff that's already out there on the internet.
Yeah.
Like the Man of the Year thing, that one where this girl posts her boyfriend talking about like, I could beat you up or some shit
Mhm.
like that.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Where they're laying on the bed.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's
like,
like,
I
I
could-
could literally choke you right now.
Yeah, and she's like, what?
And she's
You know?
like, no, it's over.
Yeah,
Which is valid.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Which
think-
I'm like, I would want somebody to tell me that, oh, he's had these weird like
yeah.
fantasies about choking me.
and then
like,
Mhm.
yeah. So those certain things, I'm like, that's already on the internet. So I don't think that that aspect is like only there.
No,
You know what
for
I mean?
sure. Yeah.
And then the other stuff like background checks, it's like that seems normal.
yeah.
Like you can
Yeah.
background check anybody, can't you?
I mean, there was also like a whole show called Catfish
Yeah.
that was about like finding people
Yeah.
who were falsely acting like somebody else, you know?
You know what I think is gonna happen though?
What's up?
I think there's gonna be like somebody's gonna get butthurt and make like the inverse of this app.
100%. I've already
Yeah.
seen
I
videos
was
on
thinking
TikTok about
about
it.
that too.
Yeah.
I've already seen videos on TikTok about it. Now I gotta pull it up.
But to me, that's why I'm like strongly feel like doing it the other way around doesn't make sense because again of the fact that we live in this very like patriarchal society where it always already is unsafe for women. And I think doing that is just like encouraging more dangerous
Right.
harm towards women.
Right.
And I think that's why, to me, that's why the other way doesn't work because I
Right.
feel like it's already like women are already put in dangerous situations
And let's see.
and vulnerable situations where I just feel like this makes sense because of the fact that we always are like fearful of like
yeah, I get what you mean.
things that can happen to us, right?
sure.
As women, as
Yeah.
specifically
I
just
get what you
speaking
mean,
as
yeah.
women.
Well, also, I think if it were to be created the opposites of T-App,
Be cringe.
it wouldn't be what'd you say?
It would be cringe.
It would be cringe, but I also think like it wouldn't have the same, I guess, value as the T-App has because the T-App was genuinely created to support women
Yeah.
and for a good mission statement. While the men's side of the T-App, they're probably gonna call it like some dumb shit like coffee. It'll probably, it was specifically created in retaliation.
Because then it just feels like it's just red pill. Like it's just men who
I also
are
just
just
think
hating
that's
on
funny
women.
because I don't
Like-
know. It's like no girls allowed. I don't
Yeah,
know.
for sure. No, but it'd be 100% created in retaliation. It'd be
No.
just pettiness
Yeah, well-
instead
Yeah.
of safety.
I also feel like, again, like I don't know if there's valid criticisms to this because you know
Yeah.
how sometimes you can always criticize like a big company or whatever.
Yeah.
You know how stuff like that happens. I guess to me, I'm like all the people who are trying to criticize him. I see it more as like I think you should take a step back and think about how enough is going on that women are feeling endangered enough that this is the length they have to go through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where more my opinion is about
Yeah,
that.
no, for sure.
Is I see a lot of from again what you showed me right now is dudes be like, oh, this is bullshit, like da 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 da. But I mean, I think that kind of pales in comparison to the encounters that some of these women are having,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and play some people's reactions. It's TikTok, so luckily I think it'll be short. I think let's see, the T app is exposing all men. I'll put this one. This one seems.
Yo, my bestie called me yesterday. She said, "Bestie, there's this app, and they're exposing all the men." I'm like, "Tell me more.
Wait,
More. I want to know." She's like, "You could post a picture of your man, or the old man you used to talk to, or a man that you want to talk to, and people will rate them a red flag or a green flag, and there's comments, and everything is anonymous. You could write."
look at this top comment. I done posted my man so many times, and all I get is green flags, and that pisses me off more. Cause y'all, why y'all giving this man green flags? That's kind of funny. You see, that's a positive one. She's just kind of explaining it. Let me see. Do you guys want to watch the T app is fraudulent?
I think I kind of get it now. The way she described it is you post a picture of a dude,
Mhm.
and then the people there,
Mhm.
if they know him or don't, will be like, "Oh, I know that guy. He's this, that."
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm kind of getting it now.
Mhm. Yeah, and let's see what the men have to say.
My nigga, how the fuck did I get on the T app?
Bruh. No way.
So you saw that other tweet too that said that some people are being homophobic on the app.
I did see that.
All right, that's not a red flag. That's just mean.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I guess it's because it's this weird thing where I think people do try to insult men by claiming that they're gay, which is just counterintuitive because it just comes off as homophobic.
Yeah.
Like as if like being gay is something that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of see where that's coming from. I had to
Yeah.
stop it because there's just too much. There's too much going on.
Yeah.
She found her man on the T app by 3 different women. Damn, she's sobbing. Thank you, T app, for releasing her. A man is easiest thing to get and easiest thing to lose. She will heal. I hope she's okay. Me, when I found all 3 of my men on the T app,
Oh my god.
been on the waiting list for 4 days. Y'all scaring me. Julie, you should see if your man's on there.
I want to see if you guys are on there.
I know. I do actually want to see if we're on there. Because it's not necessarily, if you're on there, doesn't mean something negative.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I guess because we're in social media, people know us. So
That's
if
true.
anybody's going to be on there, it's going to be us.
Oh, wow. Quick interruption. Mount Washington's on fire.
Right here?
Damn.
Israel sent it.
Whoa.
Israel sent it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn.
Whoa. Let's hope it's gets put out fast. That's in the Los Angeles area.
Oh yeah. I mean that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
Yeah.
to
I
add.
mean,
I don't know what else.
For sure,
say.
the mission, and I guess hearing a little more even about the reasonings as to why it was kind of created seems like it's in good faith.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
But for sure, I think with anything, there for sure will be something bad or wrong or an error with it. So
For sure.
I
And
guess-
there's actually these TikToks that I'm pulling up make me feel like it's not as bad. This guy said that he got posted on there, and he said that the girl said, not a complete eyesore, but champ as fuck. He basically got sneak dissed.
I would have just told you myself. The picture this bitch chose. This is from 2021 of my tag photos, bro. I wouldn't even show this shit to my mother.
People are mad in the comments. Imagine your life being this sad. You created an app to judge your exes. When is the men's T app coming out?
I told you.
Let's see what people said.
What is it?
It came out and women complained that it was sexist and it got banned. I guarantee you that did not happen. No, I guarantee you if
reminds
anything,
me-
it did happen, but it probably because it was actually sexist.
It
It was
remind-
like bodies and you know what I
Oh,
mean?
she had too many bodies.
Yeah, I guarantee you because it was sexist. This isn't sexist. Like it's just for safety.
It
What you
already
saying?
came out. It was Instagram.
Wow, bar?
It reminds me of like in high school when we had that all girls club.
Oh, yeah.
And
One of
and
the
then,
students
and
was
then
like-
one of the students was like, we should make a guy.
Oh, what was it? Lead and
It was
Step
step
Up
up. It
and
was
Lead?
step up for the girls. And then for the guys, it was what lead.
lead. We were
Somebody-
in lead.
No,
Yeah, we were in
but
lead.
somebody said that it should be called something else that was close to like step up
Step down
or something like that. And I remember,
Oh, man up.
yeah, it
He was like,
called
we should
Man
have
Up.
man
Yeah,
up.
we should have.
And they
Man
started
Up.
man up. Do you remember that? That was like actually sexist. It's crazy because there was a kid from my class. I don't give a fuck about saying it, but there's a kid from my class who was like one of the founders or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was literally one of the dumbassest, most misogynistic guys
Yeah.
that I fucking ever knew. So I was immediately like, bro, like,
I remember
Step Up met Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
She went to our school.
They
yeah.
all got Coach bags, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't
remember that
there.
day.
That was after.
I
me.
was there, like in the school. When
Yeah, I was
she
there.
was there.
I was there in
wasn't
the
there.
school
I was
scene.
in college.
My classroom was luckily on the second floor that in that period, and so I got to look down as Selena Gomez got out of her car
She was there. Logan Paul was there. Did you?
Yeah.
I saw Logan Paul.
before the fame.
He was famous then. He was doing like a Vine. or
But-
something.
oh, yeah.
I was like, why was he there?
But he
don't
wasn't
know?
all
For Man
mega
Up
famous.
or what?
No, he was.
Yup. Nah,
That's
nah,
who
nah.
they
I remember he was in the quad shooting like a skit,
Uh-huh.
and we were walking by, and his influencer friends. I don't know. They probably were some. I just didn't know them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh, they all look like sardines because we were walking. I was like, man, shut up.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, and he was
No,
just
yeah.
in the quad. Yeah.
But I remember when the guy was arguing about step up with like a teacher, and then I just remember being like,
it that
Why?
serious?
That doesn't make sense. And because they were just like, bro, like it was the same topic of like, because Step Up is to help, women just in school with getting jobs and all these opportunities. There's a lot of like mentorship, so that way you have help with like going to college and like eventually getting a job and stuff. And then they were talking about how like a lot of women just don't get those opportunities, so it's nice to just have a program
that helps them.
And then the guy was like, well, the guy should have one too, because like it's just so unfair that it's only for women and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, we should make Man Up. And I was like, no, miss.
We had lead, and we didn't do shit in lead, by the way. He was leading lead.
Yeah, I was there, but I was there for the service hours.
Yeah,
and
I was
also
also
lead
there.
wasn't like a misogynistic thing.
I was also there for the service hours. I think I only went to like 2 meetings, dude.
I feel like
Still got those service hours.
I only heard about it a little bit about it. Because would you guys get paired up? Like, was it like
No.
No?
Or at least if you were supposed to, it didn't happen.
You were supposed to.
Yeah, you were
Didn't happen.
because it was.
Well,
you guys
he
were
was
supposed
in
to mentor.
charge.
I think
I
you
was
guys
already
were-
paired up with you.
He was in charge.
You didn't need one.
You were in charge of Man
He
Up,
was
bro?
in charge.
For like a little
Him
bit.
and his friends were in charge of lead.
So they
And
were
I
like,
remember-
I didn't have an official position though. They were in charge
See,
of it.
but why
They had
was
an
it
official
called lead?
position.
Because men are supposed to lead, or what?
I
No,
was
it stands for
there.
something. It was an acronym.
So in high school,
It
you
was
had
an
to
acronym.
complete what, like 80? 80?
I think so. Something ridiculous
80,
like that.
100 service hours, and lead gave you like 95% of them. So like, let's say it was 80, lead gave you 70 service hours if you just joined.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna do that. I want service hours because I want to graduate.
I don't even think Step Up offered that. Like we
Yeah.
wouldn't get that to
Because
go.
nobody would have fucking joined lead if they didn't do that. Even the people who joined lead, nobody showed up. Because my friends were there too, all for the service hours. We never went. And they're talking about, oh, lead, we're gonna get a trip. We're thinking about doing a trip to like, I don't know, Australia or some shit.
I'm
Some shit like
dead.
that.
Never happened.
That's probably because at Step Up you would get a trip to San Francisco.
No, it's because Step
what
Up
they
was
would do-
actually like a
yeah.
legit like
Company.
organization, and like it was ran cohesively.
Yeah.
We were just fucking around.
Because I remember, I think it was like it
We were
would be
just fucking around.
a college trip. So they would take them to
Yeah.
San Francisco so they could see the schools up there.
There we go. They didn't mention college. They were just like, where do you guys want to go?
It was like, y'all wanna
Why
one
you
up?
guys wanna-
No, I remember. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck lead was about. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, he was in charge, by the way.
I was not in charge.
Yeah, 'cause
I
then-
did not have an
'Cause
official
then
position.
they would help us towards the end of, I think, high school. They
Like
would help
applying,
us to
right?
get college, and then they would help us get an internship
Never happened in
to work to work
Never.
in the industry that you want to work in.
Never happened. In
So they
lead.
always helped. I remember I had a mentor for like a bit.
Didn't have one.
She worked, but like an actual mentor that worked in like
Yeah.
the fashion industry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
so-
didn't get that.
but
that's what
didn't
it
you have?
remi-
You got
that's
your
what-
service hours.
But that's what it reminds me of when the men
I-
are
yeah.
like complaining about the T app, where they're like, there should be a man
It'll
app.
probably be shittily made and won't work
Yeah.
like X.
Like X. Yeah, I guess so. I guess this one will be fast. There's another topic I want to bring up for those of you who haven't heard. Coming soon, women preferences. Apparently, Uber at Uber, we believe that women. Wait, Judy, go ahead and read that for me.
At Uber, we believe that when we make our platform better for women, we make it better for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Across the U.S., women riders and drivers have told us they want the option to be matched with other women on trips. We've heard them, and now we're introducing new ways to give them even more control over how they ride and drive. For the first time in the U.S., we're launching women preferences.
That's cool.
Features designed to give women riders and drivers more choice, more confidence, and more flexibility when they use Uber. Pilots will begin in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Detroit in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, right?
And then they show you how.
Nothing really much to say. Just was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
I mean, that's cool.
That
Because
is
for
cool.
sure, when I first had been using Uber and like, what was the other one? Lyft or whatever.
yeah,
Um,
that's what was scary.
I was always scared because I'm like, bro, I'm getting in a car with a man by myself. What if he just kidnaps me, bro? Like,
sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like it's unheard of that's a fear people have. I
Yeah.
mean, you see the TikTok sounds. Have you seen those ones where it's like, if you're alone in Uber, play the sound. It's some dude like, hey,
Oh
you
yeah,
on your way?
yeah, yeah. I remember that. I
Yeah, It's like
it's like pretending that you're on the phone with somebody.
Yeah, and it's like respond, and it'll be like respond now, and it'll be like, yeah,
I
I'm on my way.
I remember
that's
that
good.
was like
I'll
a
be waiting
while
outside.
ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You haven't seen those?
No, I did not. Wait, real quick. I don't know when this happened, but I think I ran out of storage space, so we have to record again. I deleted some files to move stuff away.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna just think 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're good. We should be good. Sorry about that, guys.
But yeah, I remember when TikTok. There was a lot of TikTok sounds of like pretend, like if you need this when you get in the Uber.
If you feel unsafe in an Uber, pretend you're on the phone with me.
And it even does like you're calling somebody, so it'll do like the noise.
Oh,
that
really?
Either that they're calling you or that you're calling them.
I have your location. I see you're on your way.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I know that they had done too with Uber where you can send people like your ETA and people can track you of like seeing where your ride is going.
Yeah.
So I had also seen that I think Uber had started doing that too.
Yeah.
Where you can send it to somebody and like show it if like
that's cool.
Where your destination and where you're going.
I've seen that, yeah.
Uber's
cool for doing that. Yeah, right.
Like,
just positive.
I haven't taken an Uber in a minute. They're mad expensive now, right?
They're about this. They're not.
I took a cab because Uber was so expensive. The cab was cool.
Was it the same price as the Uber, or was
the
it
cab?
like
Well,
cheaper?
remember when there was no King's Day? I took the cab back. Like,
really?
Because like the train, like, oh my god, it was so clogged.
Yeah, for sure.
But there was just cabs everywhere, and I was like, let's just take a cab. It was like $10.
Oh
to get from downtown back to like over here.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty good.
It was Union Station.
That's actually pretty good.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
What would that run you in an Uber?
Because it was crowded for the No King's Day, probably a lot.
Probably like
20, 30 bucks. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
But I don't really use Uber.
Me neither.
Because of the fact that it's always been expensive.
Yeah. Well, did you guys ever have a weird Uber? I remember one time I took an Uber once, and like, I think high school, I took it home. And the guy made like one wrong turn, and then do you guys know like by my house where you get off the freeway to like if you're going to my house, and then there's like another like ramp so you can accidentally turn into it.
Mm-hmm.
He almost turned into that, and he was like, I was like, yo, that's not the way. Like that's fake. And he was like, oh, that's 2 mistakes now, bro. It's unacceptable. And he was like, oh.
I appreciate the hustle.
No,
He's about it.
But he was like distraught. Like he was like, oh, so stupid, bro. And I was like, you're good, man. It was kind of scaring me. I was like, this guy gonna crash out. Yeah.
I remember in high school, I used Uber back when they used to have this feature. They don't have this feature anymore. But do you remember they had Uber Pool?
They don't do that anymore.
No, they don't do that anymore.
Why not?
Pandemic.
Yeah, I think since COVID they don't do that anymore.
Pandemic stopped it from being used. But do you remember Uber Pool? Uber Pool that was cheap. I remember taking that from my house to like around like the Glendale area, and it only being $6. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't Uber like reinvent buses again? No. Didn't you guys?
I think you're thinking of Metro Micro.
No. They did like an Uber, like, what do you call it? Like when they have like Apple events and they announce their new shit. Where they're like, what if there's a predetermined destination where they pick you up and a predetermined stop?
I'm dead.
And they called it like Uber Line or some shit. Everybody was like, that's just the bus.
Yeah.
But they're launching that, I think.
That's
where
funny.
it's like you can catch an Uber at I don't know, like a designated area, but they'll only drop you off at another designated area.
That's funny.
That is actually really funny. That's amazing.
That's funny. I remember Uber Pool.
Yeah, Uber Pool was cool, right?
I was like, wow, who's my buddy today?
Yeah, I met some interesting people on there. Some pretty interesting
when I
people.
used to take Uber more, I hated when I got a chatterbox as the driver.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I didn't mind. Like, oh, hello, how you doing? Good afternoon, thanks for picking me up, whatever. But I had some people being like their whole life story, and I'm like, man, I'm just trying to go home. Like,
yeah. No, there's some people who complain. I've seen a good amount of people complain about that they prefer if the Ubers were just quiet.
Yeah.
And just didn't say something. It's just a different. Like, I think you're allowed to have your preference, and then same thing with me. I'm a yapper, so I like.
Don't
when
they have that
me.
as a preference now? Like you can.
I think so.
Hey, shut up.
I think you could put it as like your own preference. Like it's like a note.
Oh, like, hey man, I'm not really a talker.
Yeah, or sometimes I've heard Uber drivers will fake like having like an illness, so they won't talk. Like they don't want to talk,
Oh,
so they'll be like, "I'm hard of hearing," and like,
that's valid.
and they aren't. They just don't want to talk.
That's valid.
Yeah. But moving on to another topic. Did you guys see South Park apparently dunked on Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And all the conservatives are mad because they're saying that the South Park are grifters, that they were dunking on the woke left, and now they're picking they're trying to stay relevant by picking on the president.
Were they?
No, it was definitely just irony that they didn't get like the boys.
Oh, right.
So this is what
YouTube.
but they also showed him like in bed with like Satan and stuff, and they mentioned
Yeah, I
the
remember
Epstein
it. files,
and they're like,
I remember they did the same thing with Saddam Hussein. That's the joke.
yeah, right,
It's the same thing.
And
yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
I saw. Well, okay. Well,
Oh, did you see the Trump's the White House's response to it?
oh no, what did they say?
Let me see. I think I have it saved.
Oh, they saw it. Of course,
Yeah.
they saw it.
They saw it and they did have like a whole ass fucking meltdown. See, Donald Trump's White House is melting down on Wednesday night's season premiere, which just happened to attack the president's teeny tiny manhood. Let me see if I can pull up the message right now. Oh, they have it blocked, huh?
You gotta buy
Yeah,
it.
you have to buy it, man.
I had saved it, so don't worry. Just I was gonna say play with yourselves. Keep to yourselves right now. I will pull it up. Don't worry.
But what I was gonna say was two things. So I heard that this was kind of obviously a dig at Trump, but more a dig at the studios.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if this happened last week, like on the day of the recording of our show, like afterwards. But you saw that they canceled Stephen Colbert, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
show.
had heard about that.
But that Paramount was the parent company, and that it's CBS canceled it, and that it's heavily implied that Trump called Paramount and told them to cancel Stephen Colbert because he would make a lot of political commentary on Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And then not that long ago, I think there was a lot of like issues with South Park and Paramount that they were kind of meddling with their like I guess their show production.
Yeah.
And so I think in the episode, it's a big like storyline that
They call out Paramount.
that they call out Paramount, saying that that basically that it's kind of more a dig at them than it is at Trump. I mean, obviously it is a dig at Trump, but
Yeah. Basically, they're just saying that Paramount is trying to push them to say positive and do positive things for Trump.
yeah.
Which is why like it's kind of being ironic in the opening intro of like,
Yeah.
oh, he's actually like he's proud of his tiny dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's basically what they're doing. But this is what the White House released. I think this came out barely today, 4 hours ago. Pop Crave, which is the Rolling Stones article. So this is what the White House had to say about it. Would you?
I can't see. Like,
No, not
because
at
of the angle.
Oh, okay, let me increase this. Brandon, would you mind reading that for me?
Okay. The left's hypocrisy truly has no end. For years, they have come after South Park for what they labeled as offensive content, but suddenly they are praising the show. Just like the creators of South Park, the left has no authentic or original content, which is why their popularity continues to hit record lows. This show hasn't been relevant for over 20 years and is hanging on by a thread with uninspired ideas in a desperate attempt for attention. President Trump has delivered on more promises in just 6 months than any other president in our country's history. And no fourth rate show can derail President Trump's hot streak.
So they literally, you know what's crazy? ChatGPT asked fucking response. No,
Yeah.
doesn't that sound like they literally asked an AI to write that?
Don't they say the M dash, the between no end, is a ChatGPT thing? The ChatGPT loves using that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I wonder what the replies say. Let's see what the American public has to say about it. So quick to release a TV statement over a TV show, but never releasing anything on the Epstein file.
Well, I guess I think there's another thing that I find I was kind of waiting for them to kind of do, because you know how they're always running about how like the left made comedy illegal, but then when it's not about like minority women or immigrants, it's not funny anymore.
For sure,
You know? Like, yeah.
yeah. But this show has been running for over.
So Trump bought Paramount or who?
No, they're
or
just big supporters of him.
No,
Paramount is supporters.
Trump.
Well, because I had read something that said, so this is what it said. South Park dedicated the kickoff to its new season entirely to ridiculing Donald Trump 2 days after securing a $1.5 billion deal with Paramount. This comes after Paramount cancels Stephen Colbert's show, seemingly over fears of legal punishment by Trump.
No, South Park got the $1 billion deal.
From Paramount?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so people were saying as soon as they got the deal, then they were like, all right, fuck you, now we can diss you. Because, like, you signed a contract to pay us. So
Yeah.
now you
And
can-
it's something ridiculous. People are saying that South Park basically totally, like, swindled Paramount.
Yeah.
What did you say it was? 900?
1.5 billion.
Yeah, 1.5 billion.
And, like, bro, it does not take that much to fucking animate a show like
Yeah.
that. They completely were. I think what I heard from through the grapevine was that apparently they did not want to sign with Paramount because of like their ties with Trump, and so they that's why they got that ridiculous amount of money because Paramount's like, we'll literally pay you for the show. Yeah, that's why I do like that comment that said the show hasn't been relevant for over 20 years. Where did they get this information from? Have they seen how big their audience was during the 20th anniversary concert to keep up with the view counts on YouTube? And they also just got a huge contract from, and also the White House, the American White House is publicly addressing them. That seems pretty relevant to me.
Well, I also think it's interesting because, like, South Park and, like, South Park came out in the 90s, right? Like,
Yeah.
the early 90s? And it was part of that, like, super, like, edgy 90s, like, you know, vibe or whatever. And I think it's interesting considering that Trump and his whole gang are always talking about, like, that's the kind of comedy that they find funny. Like, do you remember when Elon Musk made a show?
Was Norm or whatever?
The New Norm.
The
and
New
it's
Norm?
basically, like, trying to be South Park so bad.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. I think they're just butthurt.
They're for sure butthurt. I just
Yeah.
think I thought it was crazy that I brought it up because, well, one thing I do think it's insane that they were, and like in a good way, that they got away with this and were able to do it. Because I know South Park has always been one to push the envelope and be
Yeah.
edgy, but I think this one is actually for me another big kind of like thing that they got away with. That showing to the American public on an American cable network, an American show, one of the most popular shows, literally our president being in bed with the
Well,
devil himself.
I think it's also interesting, I guess, like, on a deeper level. Again, I hope I don't sound pretentious saying this, but I guess, like, again, Trump and that whole, like, subsection of his followers are always trying to market themselves as, like, the edgy counterculture,
Yeah.
even though they're not. And I feel like I've always seen South Park as one of those, like, cornerstones of counterculture, like, media.
Mhm.
And so for them to do something on Trump, to me, I'm like, at least I hope it gets the message out to the dum-dums that, well, he's not counterculture, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like the
Um,
epitome of
Literally the opposite.
Satan, of
Yeah.
literally of a dictator.
Yeah, again, I'm not surprised or like, whoa, I can't believe they did that because
Yeah.
South Park always does crazy shit
Yeah,
like that.
I always feel
But-
like South Park was known to
Yeah,
just do.
but like,
crazy
but I think
stuff.
what I find more crazy is that they did it on Paramount like that. They got it
Mhm.
out there.
Mhm.
You would think that based on everything that's going on, that they would have stopped it, or
Yeah.
For
or
sure.
Trump would have gotten a hold of it before it had gotten out.
Especially because, like, obviously, Stephen Colbert just got his
Yeah.
show canceled
Yeah,
for criticizing Trump.
yeah,
Like, so there's a clip from the show. I'll lower the audio,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you see, like, they have him out. Like, I think just this visual of him being here and them, like, putting him in the show, to me, is genuinely shocking that they would do this.
Well, it's also interesting because I remember he was in the show before, but Donald Trump was Mr. Garrison. Remember that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, originally Donald Trump was Mr. Garrison. That's a plot of the show, is they go to beat up Mr. Garrison, and he's like, "Oh, that's not me," and then it's Trump.
And then, oh, yeah.
Yeah, because usually they'll animate them, no?
Well, they did. It's like a run. They did this with Saddam Hussein. It's like the exact same joke.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Mr. Garrison dresses up as, like, Donald Trump, right?
He's Donald
Yeah.
Trump,
And he takes on, like, the persona, right?
Yeah.
But to actually have, like, an actual picture of
Yeah.
him and him be
Well,
it.
because they did it with. Can you pull up the Saddam Hussein one?
Yeah, people were saying in the comments that it's even the same voice.
Yeah, it's he's Canadian.
Wait. Oh,
Yeah.
let me finish showing this clip and then I'll put it. It's not that long.
Yeah.
Your supporters
Yeah.
are starting to turn against you. Hey, tell them to take a rest. Sir, can you please talk to them? They're really riled up.
All right, give me that. Hey, relax, guy.
Yeah, hi. What do you think you're doing? Our children are being told that
Yeah.
they have to sit with Jesus at lunchtime?
Listen,
Jesus.
you just need to relax.
Well, I probably can't show this. Yeah.
Just take a rest.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're not going to give it a rest. All the people here in South Park want some goddamn answers.
All right, then I'm gonna sue your whole town. You got that?
Oh, because you know what? Also, he sued 2 other like companies, and he won. Like I think today or like a couple
Trump?
days ago. Yeah, like they gave him like 14 million because
What?
he sued them for like defamation or some shit like that.
You think he'll sue South Park?
Think they can mess with me, huh?
I think that's why they're saying he's like, I'm gonna sue
Yeah.
you.
Look what he says right now.
Hey, Daniel.
I'm not in the mood right now. Another random bitch commented on my Instagram that you're on the Epstein list.
The Epstein list? Are we still talking about that?
Well, are you on the list or not? It's weird that whenever it comes up, you just tell everyone to relax.
I'm not telling everyone to relax. Relax, guy.
No, I need counseling. You remind me more and more of this other guy I used to date. Like, a lot. Like, you guys are exactly alike.
But yeah, that's basically what I
What
was
was he
saying.
talking about though?
Oh, if the it was about to show the rest of the clip.
Oh.
He's talking about Saddam Hussein
Uh,
because there
Yeah.
was like I don't remember if it was a movie because I remember there was a South Park movie and I don't remember if that's where it
Yeah, I
came out,
think it is.
or if it was like a running gag in
episode.
the show. Yeah,
I think both.
I don't remember. They don't show it. I guess not.
Yeah, but they're talking about Saddam Hussein. You know how you said it's the same voice?
Yeah.
They're talking about Saddam. You guys are like exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically what I wanted to show you. I don't know. Am I tripping for thinking that it's kind of a big deal that South Park is showing? Like, I guess that statement of like you're on the Epstein list. It's really weird that whenever people bring up that you're on the Epstein list, you don't say anything. I just feel like it's just such a popular show, an American show.
Yeah.
To me, it rings like a heavier weight that it's being like showed on TV.
Well, remember when we talked about how maybe like 10 episodes ago, where we talked about like what happened, like when did everybody become such a bootlicker, and everybody was like so afraid to like, oh, like that's the president,
For
like,
sure,
this,
yeah.
this and that, and I think that's more what I think about it is like, because I remember like in the 90s, like The Simpsons and Family Guy and all these things, it was just a common like, man, fuck the
Thing.
president, whoever
Yeah.
the fuck it was, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, around now, all these like sports teams and whoever the fuck gets to meet him is like, oh, but that's the president though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, have some respect, you know. So I guess in that aspect, I'm like, it seems like maybe the pendulum's finally swinging back
Yeah.
of people just going back to hating the president, which about fucking time. I mean, of all the
It took
presidents, you know,
them not releasing them
The
saying that the
Epstein
Epstein
files
list
was
to
fake.
for people to turn on
Yeah.
him. That's kind of crazy.
Do you think that's gonna do a lot now because of the stuff that came out that he was actually on the list?
I mean, obviously, it was enough for the White House to address it.
Yeah. Wait, the Epstein list or
The South Park thing.
No,
No,
she's
I was
talking about the Epstein list.
No, I know, but it was enough for. I think like those things go hand in hand. I think because the way South Park is created, it's created like a day before it airs. So I think this episode was created in retaliation of him being in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
So and this episode was big enough for the actual White House to respond to it. So in my head, at least, I feel like them responding to this episode is them responding to the whole "you're in the Epstein files" because the character literally says it in the show.
I'm kind of curious as to, because this just happened, right? Like yesterday.
This just happened yesterday.
Yeah, I'm curious, like the people who are constantly like dick riding Donald Trump, what they're gonna say. Because like I said, this is the kind of stuff that they're always trying to like swear that they are. Like, you know, people who are like, oh, like I'm just, I'm not PC. I'm like South Park, whatever. I tell it like it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm curious to say, because you know how whenever something comes out of Trump, people who are obviously big Donald Trump fans will kind of like turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Kirk, how he was like, I'm going to trust the people in the government. I don't think he's on the FC files all of a sudden. But if that was Biden or whoever the fuck it was, he'd have been like, what the hell? You know? So,
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just think this visual. I can't get over this visual of Trump in bed with the devil. Because, like, at least if you're a viewer of the show, like, obviously we know he's a bad guy. This isn't, like, shocking. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my God, I can't believe they would do this. But I think to me, it just wears heavier weight because of what South Park is. And like you said, like people claim to have that sense of humor of like, oh, I'm just edgy. I'm like South Park.
Yeah.
And like how like, oh, South Park always dunking on the
woke
on
left.
the
or
woke
whatever.
left. And
Yeah.
then they create this. And South Park is one of the biggest shows that's out there on Paramount on a big streaming platform. It's bigger than if like an influencer says like, fuck Trump. You know, it's a show. Like millions of people know the show, have watched the show. It's a legacy
On
show.
a show that canceled Stephen Colbert.
It's worldwide. It's not even just here. Like if an influencer says it only stays local here in the United States. But this show should broadcast to the rest of the world. The rest of the world sees that America sees Donald Trump literally
Did you see
in bed with Satan.
Did you see that I forget the name of the actress that was on? My mind's blanking. But she was on Stephen Colbert and she said she wished a plague on Paramount. Yeah.
No, I did
She
not.
wished a
She was
plague
like,
on them.
She said a plague. She said CBS and Paramount a plague on both your houses, and there's a lot of oohs and ahs in the crowd. Well, because I think that's kind of crazy. Because Stephen Colbert was the Colbert Report, where it's kind of like political commentary and stuff like that. And I think it's crazy that you make jokes about the president, he can make a phone call and have you
Fired.
kicked off your network. Not just fired, because no, they're not replacing him. They're discontinuing the show altogether. And it wasn't just like his show. He inherited it from David Letterman. It's kind of like their version of the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Wait, are they in the same network? No, Tonight Show is NBC, right?
I'm not really.
I don't know, but it was a big show for a long time, and it's kind of. It wasn't they just fired him; they got rid of the show altogether. So
What was the other one that you said?
David Letterman.
Oh, David.
He had it before him, which is crazy.
But moving on, I guess to our other topics because we do have a lot, I guess today. This one's really interesting from LA Taco. More Americans are immigrating to Mexico while Mexicans stay away from the U.S. So I'm at a point in my life that I don't care if I ever go to the U.S. again, a chef in Mexico tells LA Taco. And I dare to say the way I feel is the way millions of Mexicans feel. It says, delicious oysters pulled from the sea. Just a few hours are shucked, sauced, and served poolside at a private resort where the owner of a national chain of steakhouses is soaking in a hot tub with Hollywood writers and intentionally known musicians, a European business entrepreneur, and a rich retiree from Palm Desert. If it wasn't for the giant Mexican flag flying over this Rosarito Villa, I'd swear I was in an episode of White Lotus. Except this isn't HBO, this is real life, Baja life. Specifically, the life that's unfolding in 2025 where the American dream seems to be reversing course southward. But yeah, basically, as the title says, more Americans are immigrating to Mexico while Mexicans stay away from the U.S. So is the American dream dying? Is this a result of the president? Is this a result of the culture? What do you think is changed that makes people want to stay away from the United States? Was the American dream even ever real? What do you guys think?
Maybe just for rich white people.
Yeah. I mean, for sure,
or just white
it's
people in
probably
general.
due to everything that's going on of just like how America is getting very expensive and all the stuff with like the ICE raids that have been happening. And I think people are sort of living in this fear now to even just be here. But for sure, I think it's probably just of how everything is expensive and just dangerous. For,
Well, I mean, why the fuck would you
know?
come here? Like, especially if
you're
that's
being
your
targeted.
nationality, or
Especially,
if that your group is being targeted. I don't. Yeah, why the fuck would you come here?
Did you guys see those protests in Mexico City?
Yeah.
No, I didn't actually.
The-
About what was the?
But
subject
it's
matter?
about like specifically white Americans, no, living there.
Yeah, it's about white gentrification in Mexico City. They had
They've been having protests because a lot of
'cause
white
they
Americans have
are
been
moving
living there,
and
Making
it's
everything
basically
for them.
making everything expensive, and it's becoming very. I mean, it's just becoming very catered to white Americans, basically. Remember how he talked about where they made the salsa like not as spicy or whatever? It's kind of like that.
well, I
where
just
things are just being changed.
that to me is heartbreaking, man. Like genuinely, like already so much of this was already considered Mexico, right?
Yeah.
But even if you're here, undocumented or even documented, the treatment that
My
group of people is getting is insane.
Yeah.
And then, because then they get told all this, like, go back to your country, just get
Yeah.
out of here, just get out of here. But then they'll turn around and go
Yeah.
there and destroy it.
Yeah.
Basically.
It feels like another like modern colonization
Yeah.
of like they're all moving towards Mexico, you know? And it's so crazy because of the fact like, yeah, you're here, we're living here, right?
Yeah.
And they're telling us to go back, but yet there's so many white Americans who are moving to Mexico when it's like, but you guys don't want us here, and now you guys are moving over there.
Well, I think it's crazier because it's like, then to me it feels even more like, well, you just hate the people then.
Yeah.
Like it's not, it has nothing, like, I don't know, I've struggled to put it into words, but it's extreme racism then to just despise the people, kick them out of your country supposedly,
Yeah.
and then go to their country and then.
But also,
kick 'em out
like,
again,
a lot
right?
of them are just using it, right? Because they say that since Mexico isn't as expensive and a lot of them are still working remotely, so a lot of
Yeah.
them are still getting American dollars.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other part that's very, I guess, twisted in the fact of, like, they're just using this other country because they're like, oh, it's not as expensive and, like, I get to avoid all these things. But now they're causing disruption to this area that where they're originally from doesn't actually
Isn't
like
that
them.
crazy? Gentrification on an international scale, like on a national scale. Like, I mean, it's horrible when it happens to like cities and small neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
But on the level of a country, damn, what do you even do about that?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess it's weird because like I don't even know how to address it, other than like it just feels bad, and it because it's like don't want them in the United States, but like their food, like their music, like their culture, but don't like their people, even
No,
like their
yeah,
land, like
no,
even the
yeah,
fact that they go
it's-
to Mexico.
exactly. You just don't want them.
Yeah.
Like, leave the culture, leave the food, leave the land, everything. You just get out of here.
Yeah.
That's, to me, what an insane sentiment.
Yeah.
And you know, I think it's also insane because a lot of the people who are doing that don't even care or see it. They're always like pretending to be the victims
Yeah.
and being like, "Oh my gosh, this, and that." Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. I'm just like, we can't have anything, bro.
The death of the American dream, or maybe it never existed. For a lot of people say the American dream isn't real.
I feel like that's been a headline for like decades. Is the American dream dead? Like I've seen
Since it started.
I've seen it on like magazines since I was a kid, and then I've seen it in referenced in shows all the time. I think people are
For
always
sure, it
doing
was
that.
just like propaganda to get
Propaganda.
people here
Propaganda
to use them.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
think that's what it was meant mostly
Exactly.
Yeah, true. Because I remember seeing a video on the like documentation of basically people in South America. It's called South America, or Latin America, or South America. Same thing? Question mark.
Wait, say again?
Is South America and Latin America the same thing?
No.
No?
Latin America
Yes?
is well.
No,
South
whatever.
America is the continent.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
the
Latin
gist of like
America. I
there
think
was
you mean
this-
Central America and South America?
Yeah, it was just this documentary about people from Latin America coming to the United States, and there's this one section of the documentary where they interview the people, and a lot of them are very much kind of hypnotized by the glitz and the glamour of like America in media and TV and movies, about like, oh, you know, like America's the land of the free, and they accept anybody, which just isn't true.
Yeah.
And like a lot of them are but built like our lives will be better in the United States off of this dream of what America is like. But then they get here in 2025 and they're very much not welcomed and targeted.
Yeah.
Unless
So
you're
I
white,
think it
dude.
is just heartbreaking.
Unless you're a white guy. Remember they brought in all those immigrants,
Oh, yeah.
those refugees from South Africa?
To escape white genocide.
Yeah, and they
Do you
gave
remember
them,
that?
they gave them like mansions and shit.
All right, they didn't give them like
yeah,
mentions.
but they treated them way better. Than
Yeah.
Yeah.
They expedited their
Immigration
status.
yeah, because they basically are point blank just saying we want more white Americans.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'm fully convinced that I do think that's like the whole plan of it. They just outright
Yeah.
won't say it. Like, I think Trump wants to preserve the white race. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's like the whole goal. It's just not outright said.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I
like
mean,
kind of an open secret.
Yeah, well, I think I don't know if this is the reason, but I've seen people talk about how they probably panicked seeing that, what was it, like 2040, that white people were going to be
The minority.
the minority.
Yeah.
They probably panicked because then they were probably scared they were gonna get treated the way they treat everybody else.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's hypocritical too, because I think a lot of people who share white nationalist ideas continue to this rhetoric of, you guys are so mad about how the Native Americans were treated and how Mexico got colonized, but that's just natural selection. Like, that's just, we just won that because we're just superior and stuff. Like, get over it. But yet, at the same simultaneous time that the white population is projected to go down because just of intermixing within race, they're like, oh my God, this is so terrible.
No,
You know what I mean? Like, it's hypocritical because, like, you're saying supposedly, right,
That's also such
that it's just natural selection. Why
Yeah.
isn't that natural selection too?
That's also such an evil thing to say, I think. To talk about people and talk about them like they're animals.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we won, it's natural or whatever. I don't know, such an evil thing to say. I mean, I think also when people talk like that, it's clear that they don't know the history of what's going on or what's happened to indigenous people.
Yeah,
about
true.
How even after the country has long been founded and existed, they continue their persecution and mistreatment of the indigenous population.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about it, how Canada and the United States would literally just kidnap indigenous kids and send them somewhere else. This happened like, I don't know, like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
The country was founded 200 years ago. You know, it's not like, I don't know. You get
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
It's a
that
persistent. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's kind of ignorance guided by misinformation, because I think they give this tone of Europeans colonized and dominated this land, and that's why they became the quote unquote rulers. But it wasn't like a militia military action of why they were able to take over the Americas. It was due to kind of just chance of disease. The politics that were already kind of happening here in the Americas when it came to like the Aztec Empire, creating like enemies within their own land.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with just like, I guess, naturally white people are genetically superior or anything.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But even then, like, I also, like, I'm even talking about just like now about how there's still a continued mistreatment
I get you.
towards indigenous populations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is, I don't know.
Have you seen that thing? It's a video of this white person
Yeah.
saying that they're Native American.
No, I have
Because they're
not.
saying that they're the original like Americans. That's why they're Native American.
Fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have not seen that. That's crazy.
It's a video that I saw, I think on TikTok, where I don't remember if it was a guy or a girl. Because then there was a show that kind of like made fun of it. Where it's like, yeah, I'm Native American. Like on the, like, I guess the census or whatever, they always put Native American because they're like, I'm from here. Like, this is my land. Like, so again, like, it's the continuation of the erasure of.
Well,
like,
I mean,
indigenous
your
communities.
Oh my
You're
god,
like-
bro, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
You literally looks like your like blood is boiling.
Well, because like, I don't know how stupid do you have to be to actually say that.
Yeah.
Like, you're native. Well, I mean, it goes to show you how little people know
Yeah.
and how uneducated. But I also think that's obviously on purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't remember in school learning all that much about indigenous populations,
Mm-hmm.
or it was very like a brief little subsection, if
Yeah.
anything. I don't know. I think that's so stupid. You're a Native American.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dumbass.
it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Well, also the word America and name American isn't. It doesn't precede the age of what this land was originally called.
Mm-hmm.
So makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I won't entertain those
Such thoughts.
such thoughts.
Yeah.
But
you
one,
go ahead, Julie.
I guess one
Yeah.
positive thing though, I don't know if you guys had heard, but you know how Trump was trying to ban the whole birthright citizenship?
Mm-hmm.
It was actually said that it was unconstitutional, so it's not gonna
Thank God.
happen.
Woo!
Thank God.
Birthright citizenship ban is unconstitutional. So they ruled it, I think, on Wednesday. So
No
yesterday.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's
So they
in the
were like-
Constitution.
It's literally in the Constitution.
Oh,
It's
man.
literally in the
So
Constitution.
there was a positive thing of
Man.
something that didn't go through because of all
Thank
that.
God.
What else did you bring for the table, Julie? Or do you want to end it on that high note?
I know it's not gonna be a positive or like a thing, but I think
It's okay.
it should be talked about. Is Benjamin Netanyahu went on the Nelk Boys podcast.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And yeah, I think I don't know why the fuck they would do that.
Yeah.
Like, why would
I don't
you?
know who they are, so
There's
there's the podcast.
they're big like podcasters, like bro, like like that bro subsection of podcasts.
They're the epitome of
Um,
like a bro podcast.
Yeah. What they did was dumb, but I think more like what I think is insane is Benjamin Netanyahu going on there talking about, they ask him Burger King or McDonald's, and he goes on there talking about that he prefers Burger King and that it's this hot take. Meanwhile, there's a famine going on in Palestine right now,
Yeah.
and I think that guy's the epitome of evil. Fuck that guy. I think I looked right now that the death toll now because of the famine is up to like 125 people. A majority, a good amount are kids. I mean, I don't know the exact number right now, which is crazy, man. Like, I think that's the epitome of dystopia.
Yeah.
That there could be a literal famine, that they're intentionally starving
Yeah.
children, men and women, for really no reason other than prejudice and colonialism. And then you have the gall to go on a podcast and talk about food. That's evil to me,
I think it's also just horrible that they platform that.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
because then he goes on to then, because they softball ask him like about the people that are starving, and he says that Hamas goes and steals all the food and then they resell it to the people, which isn't true. They're not allowing food in.
Yeah.
And then I think another thing that I don't know, I feel like it should be spoken about more is that there's this a beautiful I mean just well done think piece talked about how it's considered a famine when children are starving, because in societies the first thing people will do is feed their children. And when they're showing these videos of babies that are like skeletal and kids that are starving, then it's an extremely serious famine, because most societies, if not all of them, will prioritize feeding their children, and they can't.
Yeah.
And I think that's horrible. I mean, I wish I could say more. Please take action, like if you can. Please speak about that more, because I think that's something that deserves far more attention than it's getting.
Yeah. When
Yeah,
I started reading about it, it made me really like sad, because it puts me in this place of being very helpless.
Oh yeah.
Of like, I guess seeing all the pictures for sure are very disturbing, but it's just sad that this community is going through this, and like people can make it seem like it's not that important,
Yeah.
or like that we shouldn't really like be talking about it, or people are funding and protecting Israel when like literal kids are like dying of starvation. And I think it's just so sad, because I don't know, I think to me it's just like what more can I do to help this community?
Yeah.
Because it's a whole genocide, right? Like they're being completely erased, and I think it's just like, I don't know, to me, I know for sure speaking about it is important, and like us, like, and you bringing it up and stuff. But it just feels like, what more can we do when all access to them is kind of like being blocked from them?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like,
Well,
I think that's just so horrible that they had this man on a podcast and he was saying all those things.
I just thought that was such an evil thing.
Yeah.
Like, I know to him, or I don't know, whoever the fuck was in charge of that, because I know it was at the White House, right? Or they talk about it. I seen a clip where it's like they're in like the guest house of the White House, and that they're pre-approved questions, obviously, because they're not gonna. I mean, I doubt they would have ever grilled him to begin with, but obviously they're pre-approved questions. I think one of them being involving like, it's food like in America, while you're actively starving children. I just looked it up. It was 76 kids are currently added to the death toll because of the famine that's happening. I don't know, man. That like I understand how you feel, where it's like, because I was watching that video and I think someone commented of like, you basically feel extremely guilty that like, man, I could just scroll away and it doesn't like, in
the United States you can literally pull out your phone and like order food.
And that's another thing too, is like that kind of like, obviously I'm extremely I jump for joy when more people are gonna turn on Trump, But I always think that the Epstein is what got you and not this right now. I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu was at the White House.
Yeah.
He's the president, like supposed to be the police of the world and all that shit. And they're actively funding him to starve children to death. You know what I mean?
I think to me what angers me the most is the fact that they're doing all these evil things to innocent people and nothing is being done towards them.
And children, man. I mean, this is the fucking bullshit party or whatever that's always trying to demonize the trans community or drag queens saying protect the children. Yeah. And you got a guy who's actively
harming kids.
Starving kids to death.
Yeah.
In the White House, doesn't say shit. In fact, let me write you a bigger check. Like, I don't know, man. That's dystopian to me. That's crazy. I think that should be discussed more. Because, like, obviously, again, I think the Nelk boys, like, putting them on, like, having them on, I think they deserve their criticism. Yeah. But to me, I'm just like, I want more criticism directed at Netanyahu. Yeah. And the Trump and all those people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. Because I also think it's easy to be sort of more distracted by, I guess, the controversy than the actual subject matter. Yeah. Yeah. So I get what you mean. Cause well said. Yeah. I also think, cause I think the backlash is big enough to where there's no viewers that aren't aware of it that I guess could be a Nelk Boy fan. But I think that the Nelk Boys being podcast bros and like being in that genre, kind of give aid to trying to normalize like sort of Netanyahu and his participation in like Israeli Defense Force. But I think it's important that you guys bring this up because I think it shows you that.
But yeah, for sure. Because I also think that him being on the podcast is like
makes it okay.
No, well, obviously, like it's normalizing. But I think it goes to show the power of platforms. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like they're like a bro podcast. You know, like, I mean, I've talked about this before when people call us like super political. And I'm like, how's that less political than anything we do? They had the fucking prime minister of Israel on asking about Burger King and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I think to me that shows the power of platform in a bad way, unfortunately. So I guess that's part of me why I want to talk about it. I wish more people would like get it out there. Because whenever I see those things, it's shocking to see those like when they were talking about how it's a famine when kids are starting to starve because obviously the community is going to do anything to feed their children. Yeah. That's a shocking. I didn't know that, like I don't know. I don't really have that much else to say. Like I don't know what else to say, but other than I found that disturbing. Yeah,
because I mean there's not really any way. I mean, I don't know how if you're somebody who's like trying to be in defense of Israel or Netanyahu, I don't know how you can ever defend the killing of kids. Like at the end of the day, that's what's like the most shocking.
Yeah, that's why to me I'm like, how can you guys not see how horribly wrong what's going like with everything that's going on with them? Like So.
But I guess that's to me why, like, I mean, I guess I said most of it is why I'm upset that Epstein is what it took to get people to turn whatever, I guess, like net positive, I guess. Or when people are like kind of bitching and moaning about like protesting, like, or like, oh, why can't I have my, I don't know, which
because
insert conglomerate fucking food chain, like why can't I have that? I mean, I think you'll be fine without going to one fast food place.
Because if you care enough about the Epstein files and the Epstein scandal because you care about kids being harmed, then there's no bigger situation in the world where kids are being harmed the most than what's going on in that realm.
But I mean that's mostly what I had to say. I just kind of wanted to, I guess, vent about it or talk about it, but
no, it's good. It's good to vent about it because I understand people, like, a lot is happening right now in the States itself too, like with the ICE raids and stuff. So it's easy to lose sight of what's sort of happening in Palestine. And this isn't like me shitting on them for forgetting, because I understand like that's the immediate in front danger that like a lot of people in our community are facing. But I think it's also important to continue to educate and make people aware of this is still happening though.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I also think it's kind of like what do you call it when something like comes to a head? Like the culmination of a lot of the things we talk about. Like Like a lot of the stuff that we talked about in this podcast, whether it was like colonization of Mexico and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's the ugly, like kind of what it can be, like what it can become, like Palestine, right?
Yeah.
Or where like people shitting on Trump and all, like, just you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
It's the epitome of like everything that in the United States, like at least if you're someone who's like left leaning and like a leftist, is like the epitome of sort of, I just want to say evil. Like it's the epitome of everything that's wrong that we can see in American lifestyle when we're like we talk about like colonialism that's done on our community. Colonialism in Israel is literally causing a genocide.
Yeah.
We talk about gentrification. Literally, there's people living on like just side by side next to these war crimes being committed, and like not caring, going about their day.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean. It's like it's kind of the culmination of like everything in the American lifestyle that we seem to criticize, but yet for some people, it's literally happening on a different part of the world and 10 times more horrible. But don't seem to talk about or acknowledge or even do the little bit amount of activism, whether it's like boycotting companies that donate to Israel or even just like being fully against like what the United States is saying, like, oh, we should be pro-Israel, we should see them in a better light.
Even just hosting the prime minister.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like literally, or like
yeah.
you should just watch him like on the Nelk Boys and see how much of a relatable, cool guy he is. You see, like he's not that bad.
Bro, that
He's
was
a
like
bro.
to-
He's a bro.
That's
Yeah.
such a- you haven't seen the clip?
No.
No, yeah, they ask him. He's like, hot take, but I think Burger King is better than McDonald's, and they said that's your. I think
that might be your craziest take.
that must be your craziest take.
They say that to
They say
Netanyahu.
that to him. Of all the stuff you
wild.
said, yeah, that's
Yeah.
his craziest take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think to me it's kind of like you know how we talked about the whole stuff with Palestine and like how there was that one guy who said like if people find that with what's happening with Palestine is okay, who's to say that Mexico isn't like next, right? And we can like see things slowly are happening with like all the protests and stuff. So it's just like to me it's just more of just being aware of things that are happening to different communities and how extremely it can get. And like just being really fully aware of it and like
not falling for the US's propaganda kind of
Yeah.
of like no, like Israel is cool and Netanyahu is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, needless to say, I mean, actually, nah, you guys said it best. I don't know.
I guess we can leave it off on there. They
Yeah.
just basically don't fall for it. Don't, even though clearly the Nakbos controversy seems to show a good sign that people aren't falling for it.
Yeah.
Still be aware and of all the propaganda. You were just telling me about how there's propaganda in the Knuckle show.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so just be aware and be educated. Don't fall for the U.S.'s propaganda. But you guys have anything else left to say, discuss, any topics you'd like to talk about, or we'll save it for next week?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I got to do a shout out to all our patrons. Shout out to you all, Eli Quintero, Steven Carvajal, Altadino Where We Build, and then Laura. Thank you so much for your patronage. It's always appreciated. If anybody out there ever wants to join the Patreon, our link is always in the description. We really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.